Good morning, it's Jan from Twink Stamping. I'm an independent UK demonstrator and I've come along today to show you how to make a card using our new blending brushes. This will be the first video of a few that I'm going to be doing. I had a little play with these last week and I've come up with quite a few cards that I'd quite like to share with you on how I made. So today's one is going to be this one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's using my favourite colour yellow. Lots of different colour yellows, or lots, there's three. So Saffron, Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry, that's the darker one. The flower is from the Flowering Blooms set that's in the annual catalogue, which is there. And the sentiment is this one here, your kindness is so appreciated. So again, just using one stamp set. And I fussy cut this after I stamped it. You'll notice that the flower is also heat embossed with black. And the white sentiment is also heat embossed. I don't know if you can pick that up. Maybe not. You'll also notice that the card is sparkling. I haven't used a shimmery white cardstock, which is actually the best cardstock to use when you're using your blend depends, or one of. It's not the best, it's one of the best to give you good results. I couldn't find it, so I've had to use a piece of watercolour card today. I'll try and find some more. I think I've got some indoors. Anyway, enough of that. So we're going to crack on. I'm going to use a black card base, put in my cutter with the short side at the top, and cutting down at 10.5 centimetres, turning with the long side and scoring at 14.8 centimetres. So that will be your card base. The piece of white watercolour card, or whatever card you're going to use, will be eventually 10 by 14.3, but this isn't. This is slightly bigger, but I'm just going to trim it once I've done my blending. I've just cut a piece of Whisper White and a piece of black for the sentiment. The white is for my flower and the black is for my sentiment. It measures 2 centimetres by about 8.5 centimetres. So that is your basics. Now we're going to be using these lovely new blending brushes. They come as a pack of 3. They are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm not, as you know, a messy crafter. I'm always a bit wary of using sponges and things like that. I always seem to mess it up with great big blobs everywhere. But I thought, no, I'm going to have a go at these. So last week I pulled out my brushes and I decided to just go with it. I saw a tip on Facebook from somebody saying that you don't have to go out and buy one for every colour of your ink pads. You certainly do not. She recommended you use a microfiber cloth, which I have here. And once you've finished doing all your colour, if you just give it a rub on here, it will take off the excess ink. Because bear in mind that that is stained. It's not got the ink on it. You know, that's going to spoil your work. That is actually stained, so you can go on and use a different colour. I will be purchasing more, just so that I can have it for the different colour families. You know, the blues and the pinks and purples and what have you. But for now, I've just got 3, and I've used cards to make purple cards. Obviously, purple, blue, yellow, pink, all sorts of colours. And I've just used these. They can be washed. You can wash them with warm soapy water and I would advise you, you know, obviously have it that way when you're going to be drying them off, so that the water runs off, because there's hundreds, I don't know, I would imagine thousands of tiny white little bristles. They are so soft. They are lovely. Lovely. Softer than a lot of makeup brushes that I've seen. Anyway, press on. So I'm just going to use this one today, obviously, because I'm going to be using yellow again. My favourite colour. So that's the colour we're using. I'm just going to pop the other two away. I'm going to keep them in their packet so that I know where they are. So as I say, they come in a packet of 3. I believe they're about £11 something. That may sound expensive for brushes, but I can assure you they are worth every single penny. Absolutely. I'm going to get myself a wipe out ready for me inky bits. Right, now let's get going. I'm going to sit down for this so that I can try and get it right. I actually did this video yesterday. Excuse me. I actually did do this video yesterday, and halfway through, or further than halfway through, I got a phone call, and it completely put me off my stride, interrupted the video. So rather than edit it, I've decided I'm just going to carry on and do it again. Doesn't bother me. I'm just going to rub my brush around in my ink pad, just blot off the excess. Always start off the page and just go over your cardstock. You probably can't see that to start with because it's quite light. I can see it, and if I was to take this away, you'll probably see, you can see the square there of where I've been. Let's say just ink up your pad, your brush, sorry. No rhyme or reason, no particular way I'm doing it or where I'm putting it. I wanted to leave the top area quite light, and make the bottom obviously a lot darker. I'm just going to shut that for a minute. Onto my Daffodil Delight. Not changing or cleaning the brush, don't need to, because I'm going from light to dark, or light to darker. Just take off the excess, and away we go. You can probably see this one much better. Yeah, this one's coming through beautifully. Absolutely love the way this works. Really lovely. I'm going to leave that sort of area lighter, and then crushed curry. Now you can see how dark this is on the brush. Quite scary, really. Oops, let's click it shut. That's better. It's quite scary. See how dark that is. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Right. Oh, this is looking lovely, lovely, lovely. Exactly how I want it. So you can, oh look, I've got my fingerprints there. That's because I've got them off there. Let's see if I can try and sort of move that just a tad. That doesn't notice too much. It's there, but it's not going to bother me too much. There we go. That's that. And that is all I'm going to do with my blending brushes. Now you can see it was so much easier than using the little brushes, the little sponge daubers, you know, giving it circles and landing up with blobs. These are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And they're quite flexible too, you know, look. So they're great, absolutely great. Love, 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 love. Okay, pop that back in its bag. Keep that together. Right now, let's stand back up again. I'm going to splash these now with a little bit of water to make, you can see little dots on there. That's where I've added water to the card. And then you quickly wipe it off. You probably can't see these splashes. I do like the dots quite large. Whether they come up large. I need to bring myself some new tissue out here. This one's getting a bit old. Scratchy. Yeah, you can see them beautifully there. You'll be able to see where you want more. Obviously, if you do it a bit at a time, because you can always go back and do some more. What lovely look it gives it. And then at the end of it, I go over with my Wink of Stella and sprinkle some nice sparkly, which also makes it pretty. Still not quite happy with that bit there. A bit of water. I don't think I've got a lot of water in here. I think that's probably why. Ah, that's better. Yeah. That's it. I'm happy with that now. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to one side now. We're going to get on with some stamping. Let's just give this a quick wipe over. That's better. Probably have to wipe it over with a towel now because it's wet from the wipe. There we go. So I'm going to stamp. This is going on to here. And I am going to heat emboss this. Not quite happy with that bit. Just going to grab myself some more. Always got plenty of old bits of card. Not old, but die cut or whatever. Okay, I'm using my own black ink pad. You can use whatever colour you wish. I like black. I mean, you could do it in a different colour if you want. But I love the effect. That is absolutely stunning. I am just going to pop over and put some embossing powder on this now. Right, now then, I'm going to have to do this again because guess what I did? I actually put white embossing powder on it. I didn't want white, I wanted clear. And that is the trouble you have if you leave the lids off your pots. So I'm going to have to do that again. Yes, I left the lid of the white embossing powder because the white and the clear look the same. It's only when you've heated them up do you realise that they are white or clear. So off we do it again. There we go. That's beautiful. So stunning. Love that flower. The detail on that flower. Beautiful. Right, let's try again with the embossing powder. I don't know what effect it would have had actually. I've never tried. Maybe I should have heated it up and seen what it looked like. Right, I'm going to pop the heat gun on just to warm it up for a minute. As much away from the camera as I possibly can. It seems to take forever these days to heat up. Maybe I need a new one. I have had this for many years. Okay. Can you see that turning? I really love heat embossing. And on this stamp as well is gorgeous. Okay. Now, just for a minute, I'm going to leave that to one side, purely because I want to get the stamping and the noise and everything out of the way first. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy on here. Didn't matter quite so much on there because you wouldn't be able to see any residue left over anyway. This takes the static off, and it takes all your oils or whatever you may have on your hands. I'm going to use the Versamark, clear Versamark. I'm going to use the white embossing powder this time to make sure I use the right one. Okay. Hopefully it's straight. No, we'll be doing it again. Okay, I'll take that over here. And it looks like it's come out pretty well. So just take off any excess little pieces that you see on your card. Because it's black, it shows up a lot. The U doesn't look quite right. That's better. That's better. Okay, I think we're done. So I'm going to quickly heat that up. I should really use my tweezers for this because it's a bit close to my fingers. You see that turning? Wow. I always love the way heat embossing turns out. Right, ladies, that's the horrible noisy bit done. So there we go. Hasn't come out too bad, has it? There we go. So that is my sentiment. I'm going to put that to one side. We've done all that. We've done that. We've done that. So now we'll just do a bit of colouring in. Again, sorry you're going to see me sit and colour this and cut it out. But rest assured, it's nice and quick colouring in. Because where it's embossed so much, your pens just glide over the top, but it just gives you that little hint of colour. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. There we go. So yeah, how quick was that? I'll just go over it a little bit with the darker yellow. So there's no right or wrong way, colouring it in. So it's perfect with these when it's been embossed. There we go. Hopefully my phone won't ring today while I'm in the middle of, turn it out the other way, in the middle of cutting this out, which is what happened yesterday. Even though I told them. Mind you, he didn't know. My daughter would have known, but he didn't know. I'll let him off. Anyway, here we go. So that's that. Scissors. Need to cut this out now. Here they are. I am not proud of my desk at the moment. It is a complete and utter mess. I have been playing and enjoying. I've been on, as last week, well, end of last, let's start again. Last week I was on lots of Zoom calls and I'm all zoomed out at the minute. I've been on one this week, on today, which was Monday. Carrying on with my website. Which is coming along nicely. I'm hoping to go live very soon. Oops. So how is everybody? Are you all okay? Did you get any snow over the weekend? We didn't. Quite upset about that. Do like a bit of snow. But I can't expect it really. We're right down on the south coast, so we don't get it very often. But it's been jolly cold. What I don't understand is how cold it is, and yet when it rains, it's not snow. And yet it's so cold. I'm so looking forward to the spring. Even though we can't go out, at least we can go out in our gardens. Clear up the mess after the winter. I was just looking out at my little bird feeder. Blooming wood pigeons eat most of the food. I know they got to eat, but they're so greedy. They're just so greedy. They eat everything. And the poor little birds don't get looking. It's like when you put the peanuts out, the squirrels come from nowhere and eat them. I say, I know they've got to eat, but they could share a bit more. Right. Not really got any news to tell you, apart from the Stampin' Up deliveries at the moment are being held up in the EU and at the UPS hubs in the UK. Seems to be such a lot of backlog. We kind of knew that there would be hold-ups or whatever, for whatever reason. It would either be customs or the couriers or whatever. And we were right to expect it because a lot of the Stampin' Up deliveries that were ordered, or the Stampin' Up products that were ordered at the beginning of January have still not arrived. Yeah, I did kind of think that they would get something ready. You know, they knew that we were going to be leaving the EU, and yet it's still not gone very smoothly. Oh well, I don't really know what's all involved, so maybe I shouldn't comment. But the good news is that we think that the Stampin' Up deliveries that are already in the UK and are being held in the UPS hub have started moving. So keep your fingers crossed if you've got an order placed and you're waiting, because it should be on its way very shortly. It's a shame really, because it's all the lovely new celebration products that people are waiting to get their hands on. The set that I'm using today, the Fancy Phrases, is actually from the annual catalogue. It's not from the celebration or the January to June mini catalogue. You can still order, because I do believe that you know, these are just hiccups along the way. You can still purchase products. As I say, I would imagine that the backlogs will soon be cleared. Ooh, nearly finished. Nearly finished, ladies, I'm sorry. It is quite painful watching other people cut their stuff out. Fussy cutting. But I like to show you because it's quite easy, isn't it? I mean, it's not a difficult flower to cut. You haven't got lots of intricate bits. But I am going to take that middle bit out though. Minnie, you don't have to. You do not have to. But these snips are so lovely and sharp that you can cut them, you know, cut bits out. I shall tidy it up once it's cut out. I would use my craft knife, but I can't be bothered to get up and find it. Lazy. There we go. So that's cut that out. Looks a little bit tatty, but I don't think you'll notice it, to be honest. But what I will do is I will just quickly trim if I can. I don't want to make it worse. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. There we go. I've got a black pen. That's my tip. I haven't got a black blender pen or other pen. All I've got is my own fine liner that I use. I'm just sort of going to go around the edge. Just hide any of those. Let's put a bit of paper down because I seem to be drawing on me grid paper. And just sort of go over those white bits. That's it. I know it's a bit fussy, but I like it. Right. Is that done? Stand back up again. Get rid of that. Now we're going to bring back our lovely, lovely, lovely base and see where that's going to go. Firstly, I'm going to trim it down. I'm not going to do what I did the other day on my video and put glue on the back and then realise it's too big. So I'm just going to chop it off one side. I could do both sides actually. So if I just snip that bit off there. So I'm going to make it 10 centimetres. There we go. Take a bit from each side. by 14.3. I'm just gonna, should I take it off the top or the bottom? 14.3. There we go. There we go. That's that done. So that should fit nicely on my base card. So I'm going to stick that on now. I'm going to use wet glue. You can use whatever you wish. Double-sided tape, tape runner, whatever you want. I like wet glue because I like the wiggle room. And I certainly needed it the other day, didn't I? Hopefully today I won't need it. Right, that's okay. That's okay. Right, now I'm going to place my flower in the centre. I'm just going to sort of bend it round a little bit. I put these on pads. I'm going to put pads in the middle so that it sticks out. I'm just going to have one there and one here. As I say, I've got lots of cards that I've made using this technique, and I'll be posting them up on my blog and my Facebook. I won't need to show you how to make them because it'll be basically the same as what I've done today. Oh, I want to just put a piece of glue on his tail on the stem, because I want the stem to stick down, but I want the rest of the flowers to be loose. There we go. And now we're going to get our sentiment. Whoops, it stuck to my finger. Sorry, I'm out of shot. Get used to spreading yourself out on your table instead of working in one area. If honestly, if you could see my workbench that I work at now beyond the camera, you would be horrified. My daughter makes me show her every day at the end of the day my workbench to see if I've tidied it up or not. It's a bit of a running joke between us. Right, oh, I've got one of the things stuck to me. Right, this one is just going to go over here like this. Maybe need to be over just a tad. And that's that. There. And then the final thing that we're going to do, that's still a bit squishy because I put glue on the back of my tabs. Yeah. So the final thing to be done is to use the Wink of Stella to create some blobs of beautiful sparkle. And once again, we're just going to flick. Love, love, love the way this shines. That is it. So there you go. That is my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching me put this together. It just shows you that you just need one stamp, one ink pad and one stamp set. And you've created, well, I think they're beautiful cards. The backgrounds are fabulous. I really, really cannot stress how brilliant these are. They truly are. They're just fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Everything is available on my online shop. All the links are down below for you to just click. Quite easily purchase these products from me. I thank you all for coming along and supporting me. If you like what you've seen today, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. And if you wanted to see when I post another video, the little bell will, if you press that, that will let you know when I'm next posting live. That's about it, really. Just need to say thank you for coming. I'll speak to you next week. Bye bye now.